Hi Silem stars, you're welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then you're welcome to my channel. My name is Silem. In today's video guys, I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful wrap dress with flounce at the hem. Okay, can you see how lovely it looks? It wraps beautifully. If you want to see how we make this from start to finish, then definitely keep on watching.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there.
Now I'm using 4 yards of fabric for this dress, but I actually recommend you use 5 to 6 yards of fabric because this 4 yards really stressed me to get the dress. Okay, you really need more fabric, so 5 to 6 yards, preferably 6 yards is best. So for me now, what I'm doing is I just folded the piece. I'm cutting the top half of the dress right now. I marked the baseline at the top, and then now I'm marking the armhole line, which is 8 inches, and then I went on to mark the half length line. The half length line for me is 16.5 inches. So just go ahead and mark your armhole line and your half length line. So after marking those points, I'm going to go ahead to extend the lines. Okay, after extending the lines, I'm going to go ahead now and mark the bust point line, which is 10 inches, and under bust, which is 13 inches. And then I'm also going to extend those lines. So basically mark your baseline, armhole line, bust point, under bust, and half length line. Now on the armhole line, I'm dividing the bust circumference by 4. I marked that and I added 2 inches allowance. On that half length line, I'm marking the waist divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance plus an extra 1 inch for my dart. Then I'm going to connect that to the bust measurement that I marked. On the baseline, I'm going to mark my shoulder divided by 2 plus half an inch. Okay, I'll mark the same thing on the armhole line and then connect both points with a straight line. Now I'm going to come down from the baseline by 1 inch, which will help me create my shoulder slope. For my neck width, I'm using 3 inches by 1.5 inches. So what we are doing now is we are cutting the back piece first. So the neckline for the back piece is 3 inches width and 1.5 inches depth. Now I'm connecting that to that 1 inch I came down by to create my shoulder slope. After we're done with that, I'm going to measure what I have there, and then I'm going to get the midpoint of that line, and then I'm going to draw a curve from that point and connect it to the armhole line, and that creates my back armhole. I'll go ahead now to cut everything out. Now when I'm cutting the shoulder slope, I'm going to go up by half an inch so that serves as my joining allowance. Okay, so that's what our back piece looks like. Now for the front piece, I'm just going to place the back piece on top of another fabric to cut the front piece. Now for the wrap extension, it depends on the look you're going for. Now if you want the wrap to stop around the bust span area, just like this picture you see on the screen, then you're going to measure 4 inches from the fold of your back. Okay, just measure 4 inches. But if you want the wrap to get all the way to the side seam, like this picture you see on the screen, then you're going to measure what you have on your back piece. That's just measure the back piece while it's on fold, and then mark that same measurement, from the fold. Okay, measure what you have on the back piece while it's on fold, and then mark that same measurement, from the fold. Okay, so once you've marked that, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to connect that to your neckline. So just mark your neckline. So initially I wanted my wrap to get all the way to the side seam, but later on I changed my mind and made it stop at the bust span. So whichever one you want to do is fine. For me, like I said, I marked it initially to stop at the side seam, but later on I trimmed it so that it stops at the bust span. Okay, so I've shown you the two ways that you can do it. So whether you're making it stop at the bust span or the side seam, all you have to do is just connect the neckline to that wrap extension. Okay, so just connect it like that, just like I showed you with a curve, And after that, you're going to go ahead and mark your armhole and then go ahead and cut the rest of the piece. So everything else is the same for both front and the back, apart from the wrap extension and your armhole. Okay, the armhole for the front will be different from that of the back. So just go ahead and cut that out. Now after cutting the front piece, you can go ahead and now and trim off extra half an inch from the armhole of the front. Okay, and then the next thing I did was to mark the wrong side so that I don't get confused. After that, we're going to set these aside. So we'll cut the same exact thing for our lining. Okay, now to determine the radius of the circle skirt, I'm just going to mark my allowance. So remember my allowance was 3 inches, 2 inches for sewing allowance and 1 inch for that. Okay, so I marked that 3 inches on both the front piece and the back piece. Now from that 3-inch mark, I'm going to measure what I have on the rest of my front piece, and what I got was 19.5 inches. So since I have 2 pieces of my front, it will be 19.5 plus 19.5, and that gave me 39 inches. Now for the back, from that 3-inch allowance I marked, I'm going to measure the rest of what I have on the back, and I got 8 inches. Remember my back piece is on fold, so that's 8 plus 8, which gave me 16 inches. Now I'm going to add both numbers together, so 39 that I got for the front and 16 that I got for the back, and that gave me 55 inches. Now this will now be what I'm going to use to get the radius of my circle. So to get the radius, I just did 55 divided by 3.14 and I got 17.5. So clearly you cannot use your normal waist measurement to get the circle for this wrap. If you do so, there will be no wrapping. It will be your exact measurement and you will not be able to wrap it. That's why you have to measure exactly what you cut and then use that to get the radius. Now to get the circle skirt, I folded my fabric widthwise, and then now I'm folding it diagonally. Now to get the length of the circle skirt that we're going to cut, we're going to do a little bit of calculation. Now the full dress length I want is 46 inches. Now my half length is 16 inches. So I did 46 minus 16 and that gave me 30 inches. Now the length that I want my flounce to be is 10 inches. I added 1 inch to that to make it 11 inches. So I did 30 minus 11 and that gave me 19. So it means that 19 is the length of my circle. Now from the top of this piece, I'm going to mark 17.5, remember, which is the radius. So I'm marking 17.5. I'm just moving the tape. I'm marking that same 17.5 until I get a curve. Now from that curve downwards, I'm going to mark 19.5. So I got 19 inches for my length, but I added half an inch for that. That's allowance for sewing. You can also add 1 inch if you like, but I have limited fabric, so I'm just adding half an inch to make it 19.5. So I'm just marking 19.5 from that curve, okay? And then I'm cutting it out. So this is my circle skirt, okay? Can you see? Now, where I have the curve of the top part, that's the curve of the waist, I'm just cutting above the line I marked with half an inch, okay? This is just also for joining allowance. Now I've just opened up this flare that I cut, okay? I remember I folded it twice. I've opened up the first fold, so it's still folded once. Now I'm just going to just create a curve on one end here, and then I'm going to trim that out. This is to create that curved look we have on the front part of our dress. So just create a curve and then just trim it out, okay? So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my flounce. Now what I'm doing is I'm measuring the entire hem of this circle skirt, because remember the flounce will be attached to the hem of this circle skirt. So I'm just going ahead to take my time and measure all the way around. Remember this skirt is still folded, okay? So whatever I have, I'll multiply by 2. So what I got was 70 inches, okay? 70 inches was what I measured. Multiplied by 2, that will give me 140 inches. So the length of this hem is 140 inches. Now remember that this skirt will be wrapped, so there will be a piece that will go inside the wrap. Now that part, okay, that goes inside the wrap, you don't need to put the flounce on that area because it's literally a waste of your fabric. So I'm just going to measure 10 inches from the waist downwards, and that 10 inches that I marked, I'm not going to be putting the flounce is not going to get to that 10-inch area. I hope that makes sense. From the waist to that 10-inch mark, the flounce will not get there. Okay, so I got 140 for the entire length of the hem. Now I'm going to subtract that 10 inches from that, and that will give me 130 inches. So the flounce that I'm cutting has to be at least 130 inches long. Okay, now if you have enough fabric, you can cut your flounce. You can just cut several 360-degree circles, okay, that have the desired length. Remember, the length of my flounce is 11 inches, so I'm just marking 11 inches. So if you have enough fabric, you can cut 360-degree circles. That will give you the best look. But for me, I don't have a lot of fabric, so I'm just cutting 180-degree circles, as many as I can cut. So just keep cutting, 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 and then later on you can now join them together. If you're cutting 180-degree circles, then you want to make sure that it is much longer than 130 inches, so that you can either pleat or gather it to give it that fullness. Okay, but if you're cutting 360-degree circles, then just make sure that the length is 130 degrees, which in my case is the length of the hem of my circle skirt. Okay, so I just went ahead to cut mine. In my next video, I'll show you guys how to sew this piece from start to finish. Thanks for watching. Bye.